Tell us your name and about your project.
My name is Edward Morley, and in the Michelson-Morley experiment, Albert Michelson and I were conducting an experiment to test the relative speed of light through the luminiferous aether. We did this by using an interferometer, which is a device that sends a beam of light that directs the light into two different directions that are 90 degrees from each other. When the light hits the mirror, it splits into two different directions. After it is split into the two different directions, the light hits two different mirrors and is reflected back to the original mirror. After it hits the original mirror the second time, both beams of light are directed to a telescope that measures how long it takes for the beams of light to hit it.
What were you and your partner trying to find?
Michelson and I were trying to prove the existence of luminiferous aether, which is the medium for which light travels through, which is similar to how sound waves must travel through a medium such as air or water.
Where did this experiment occur?
Well, Michelson had started conducting experiments to learn more about the luminiferous aether in 1881, but there were many errors within his experiment. So in 1885, we both started working together to perform another experiment with much more accuracy. After 2 years, we had finally created an interferometer that was accurate enough. And between April and July of 1887, in the Adelbert Dormitory at Western Reserve University, we started measuring the presence of aether.
What other significant events were happening around the world at this time?
In 1886, the Statue of Liberty, which was a gift from France, was finished and open to the public, and now stands as a proud monument that symbolizes freedom and liberty to the immigrants coming to the United States. Also, indoor electric lighting started becoming popular thanks to the difficult research men like Thomas Edison and William Sawyer conducted. Another large event was that Mark Twain released a book called The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn in 1885. His book was banned in several libraries due to the controversial language and topics that it covered.
Who else was involved in this project?
Albert Michelson was my partner, and he had originally created an interferometer to measure the luminiferous aether in 1881. But his original interferometer was not very accurate, so he enlisted my help.
What was your role in the project?
My role within the project was to work with Michelson and figure out a way to create an interferometer that was much more accurate than his original, and I also helped him set up and conduct the experiment.
What impact did your experiment have on the physics community?
Our experiment shattered what the physics community had previously thought about light having to travel through a medium, such as the luminiferous aether. It showed that all light travels at the same velocity and that the luminiferous aether does not exist, which Einstein later went on to explain further with his theory of special relativity.
What did you do after this experiment?
After this experiment, I went on to conduct more experiments to try and prove the existence of the aether. I also conducted research on the atomic weight of oxygen, which then led to the most accurate measurement of oxygen that had ever been done. In 1895, I went on to become the president of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. This association encourages collaboration between sciences and supports the growth and responsibility of scientific investigation and education.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.